Stephen Gardner, who is going to get this thing going. Stephen.
Wonderful building, right? It's always just a joy when I come here and see this marvel. And let me just begin by thanking everyone who you thank, because it truly is, I mean, people say the sort of euphemism, it takes a village, but I think you actually did describe like a full content of a village there, all the people who make today possible. On behalf of Amtrak's Board of Directors, our chairman, Tony Kosha, and the 23,000 folks across the United States who work for Amtrak, including the 100 or so folks who work for Amtrak here in Minnesota and Wisconsin, we are incredibly excited to be here to start this new service, Borealis. We welcome Minnesota as our 18th state partner. They joined Wisconsin and Illinois to start our 29th corridor service around the United States. This would not have been possible without the steady leadership of Governor Walz. Lieutenant Governor, thank you for your presence here and your support. And of course, MnDOT's Commissioner, Nancy Dowdenberger, and all of the MnDOT staff. We're really happy to welcome you to the Amtrak state family. These services account for half of our ridership across the United States, which this year will be over 32 million riders, once again setting a new record for Amtrak, back above the level of service and ridership we had pre-pandemic. So the old story is true. When we put it out there, when we make it happen, people come. People are coming in droves to ride trains all over the United States. And I want to thank particularly the MnDOT folks for sticking with us here. As you heard from Lieutenant Governor, it might not be so easy to get the three states to always be on the same page. And it took some time for all of us to get organized in the way that would make this service a success, but we did it. And it's incredible testament to your efforts and to leadership of the state and both chambers of the legislature who made this happen. Now I want to recognize Amit Bose from the Federal Railroad Administration. This is an incredible time for the US DOT and for the leadership of Secretary Buttigieg and Amit. Never before have we invested as a nation like we are investing now in railroads. The entire amount of funding that Amtrak received in 50 years is less than the amount of funding provided by the bipartisan infrastructure law for these next 5. As our colleague Greg Regan says, passenger rail investment in the United States has been a rounding error, both relative to our transportation spending generally and across the globe. And we have finally changed that trajectory to create a system in the United States where rail can play a bigger role in American mobility. I want to turn to one of our rail partners here for a special note of appreciation. Primary owner of the route that this train will utilize is CPKC. CPKC is our premier host partner, the best passenger rail service hosting that we have across our 46-state network. And they have been with us every step of the way to build a viable service that supports not only the growth of passenger, but freight. That's what we're here about, trying to get more value out of this system, the largest rail system of any nation on earth. Folks don't always know that. We have the largest system here in the United States. How do we use it for moving passengers and goods so that rail can play a bigger role in American mobility? And CPKC has been with us the whole way to make this service happen and to look to the future. So we appreciate their support. We've been around for 53 years, but I feel like we're just starting anew at Amtrak. With so many new investments, and so many new partnerships, and so much demand, so many people across America anxious to take the train. I'm sure, will see big success here in Minnesota. We appreciate the existing partnerships we have in Illinois and Wisconsin, but together, these three states and this service are showing the route to the future. We promised in 2022 we'd get this train happening in 2024, and here we are today. It's not easy to start new service. It takes time, but we've done it, come up with a great name, and we're really excited for what this begins. I want to start with a special gift for the Lieutenant Governor and for our amigos of our special Borealis branded backpacks. Sure to be real collector's items in the future. You know, no putting these on eBay for at least like 50 years. So I'm going to hand these off to them. 2, 1. Over! Thank you all.